Hey there, it's Michael Greenwood. Right, so for this training, I'm going to go through all the free ways to get leads for your business. This is very, very valuable information for anybody who's struggling. And I'm going to start by just defining what a lead is because I'm hearing a lot of kind of misinformation out there about what a lead is. So, a lead is actually somebody who's raised their hand and they've got some kind of awareness and interest about your business, basically. So they've opted in to an offer, filled in a form, perhaps on a landing page on your website, DM'd you through social media, something like that. They're aware of your business and show some interest. That is a lead. Um, a while ago, I acquired some leads, but they turned out to just be prospects. So if a list of people and the phone numbers and the email addresses and the company names and all that kind of thing, those are prospects. Those are people who might be interested, but they're not aware of you. They've got no awareness or interest. So just to kind of get that out of the way, so we know what we're talking about in terms of what is a lead. So yeah, at least somebody who's raised their hand, basically. So just going into this training then. So it's for solopreneurs, and business owners, micro business owners, small business owners, anybody with a side hustle. You might have a job and you're thinking about you need to make some extra money because of the cost of living, or you might be just really ambitious. You'd like to leave your job one day and you'd like to be a full-time business owner. So either way, whichever category you fall into there, this training is for you. And by the end of this training, you should have at least one actionable step that you can take, something that you can do consistently every day over time. And that's one of the takeaways of this training as well. It's all about doing things consistently over time. So I just want to talk about some business mindset for a start. And actually, business can be very simple, and lead generation can be very simple. That doesn't mean that it's easy, because a lot of it can be kind of contrary to what we've been taught. And the first kind of myth that I want to bust, or the self-limited belief that you may have, and I want to give you an affirmation for that, is that salespeople can be dodgy, and if you're a salesperson, it's somehow not one of the not an high status job or career to have in this world. And this is a kind of if you've done much sales and you've been told that you're a good salesperson, that is often an insult, actually, because you're really good salespeople. They will be kind of so subtle and so good at what they do. People don't really. It's literally just about helping somebody to achieve an outcome, to overcome some pain point with a solution. It's a win-win situation. It's not kind of a tricking somebody or anything like that into buying something that they that they don't need or anything like that. It is literally adding value in this world, and getting money back for the value that you're adding. So for in my business, I own a digital marketing company. So the value that I bring to the table with a client is to increase their leads. So to either a done for you service where I will run paid ads, create video content, run social media accounts, that kind of thing, and that will have a real effect on the bottom line for a business, increase the profits. And I approach that as a business partnership, not a subordinate relationship or anything like that. Not an employee. It's literally a client relationship which is formed. It's win-win and it's mutually beneficial. So that is the basis of being able to market and sell something which has got product market fit as well. So this whole myth of a salesperson is like a bad thing. Somebody who's not not providing a good service. This is something to kind of get out of your head, because you're going to have to be able to sell in business to not only survive but thrive. So it's really important to get that one out of the way, that you've got to be able to sell. So you've absolutely got to be able to sell, and I'll kind of you've got to be able to sell, to not only survive but to thrive. So we'll have that little quote there, and so you've got to be able to sell, got to get your head around selling. If you think you're not a good salesperson, or if you think that a salesperson is not an high status job or anything like that, or if you think that you're going to be able to run a business, you're just going to be able to be a brilliant practitioner at what you do, and work's just going to automatically come in, that's just bullshit. That's not going to happen. You'll probably get some business through word of mouth, through happy customer referrals, and those are golden prospects, don't get me wrong, but that's going to be inconsistent. It's not a reliable form of lead flow. You're not going to be able to rely on that. So you're going to have to do some marketing. Right, so next thing is this thing about marketing. What is marketing actually, and isn't marketing and sales the same thing? So marketing versus sales, what is the difference there? So people say sales and marketing. People say I'm going to do some sales and marketing, but actually it's the other way around. It should be marketing and sales. So marketing is literally getting your product service out there, getting interest, getting people to be aware of it, and then once they've raised their hand and they've shown that they're aware and that they're interested, and it could just be a little level of interest. It could be a lot of interest, depending on where they are in the buying process. That's where you into the sales process, and then you're going to close them. So marketing comes first, and then sales. But marketing is literally just giving people what they want in terms of solving a problem. So it's literally just finding out what people want with your market research and then giving it to them. And the thing is, one of the things that I teach my clients when I'm coaching them, because I coach based on helping people to generate more leads and to get the lead generation better and better. One of the things that I run through is that you've got to really get an offer out there, make offers, and have different offers for your ICP. So you might have various ICP. So ICP stands for Ideal Customer Profile or Ideal Client Profile. So these are some common attributes, and you might have heard of persona, or some other way of describing who you're targeting, who your target audience is. So when you're going after and when you're marketing to your ICP, you had a customer client profile or a persona. This is where you're starting to get your messaging to resonate with them. So you're talking about pain points that they might have. So, for example, your pain point going into this training is most likely that you don't have enough leads, and you might have enough leads, but you don't have to close them. So there's usually some kind of drop off in some of those KPIs, those key performance indicators. When you're getting somebody to raise their hand, and then you're looking to close them, and then they're going to become a client, and then they're going to refer you on to get more clients. So it's important to understand that you've got to really target your messaging. But what this in saying that, what this often does is causes like analysis paralysis, procrastination on actually getting something out there. So people get scared of when the marketing of getting it wrong. And getting something out there, getting a product out there, that's never ready. But if you consider, for example, Microsoft, Microsoft Windows. So if Microsoft Windows, if Bill Gates would have waited to get Microsoft Windows out there, it would have never waited for it to be perfect. It would never have been released. So he kind of released it as beta, and then got people to feedback. The beta testers, that this is what we want changing. We found this, we found that kind of thing. So your products don't have to be absolutely perfect. McDonald's doesn't have the best burgers in the world. They've got really good marketing. So what I always say is you can have a so-so product or service, but market it really well. I mean, you're better off having a really good product and market it well as well. That's kind of the bee's knees. But if you've got a really good product and service, nobody knows about it, you don't market it, you're not going to sell anything, no matter how good it is. So the two go hand in hand. You've got to have both when you're in business. So what are the three ways to get leads then? I'll go through this now. So we've got the three ways to get leads. First one is outreach, and these are in order of priority. And the first one is outreach. Before we go into the other two, though, I want to kind of give some context to how I prioritize these. So how do you prioritize? It's based on the impact of results that you're going to have. It's based on we've all got so many hours in a day. People who are millionaires, billionaires, they've got the same number of hours in a day as what we've got, and the difference is the reason why they're so successful is because how they use the time, basically how they prioritize the time based on the results and impacts. And a lot of it is leverage. It's leveraging other people's time. So creating systems for other people to work within to get results. Really. So what it all boils down to is I prioritized outreach as being the first thing to do because this will get you the best results, the quickest. So if you pick up the phone and make a cold call, or if you send a direct message to somebody today and you don't even need a website for either one of those, then you're going to be able to, and if you do that enough, you are going to get business. So those are the first two things I'd do, and I'd some emails as well. So outreach is when you reach out to somebody else and make them an offer, basically. And don't take that the wrong way when I say just make them an offer straight away. Don't go straight in, ask them for marriage. Obviously, you want to ask them for a first date first and all that kind of thing. You want to check if they've got a pain point. So, have you got enough business coming in? Are you fully booked? How far in front are you booked at the moment? These are all questions you can ask them, and even just clarifying: is this what you do? Have you got a business? Are you still in business? Are you looking for more work? That kind of thing, depending on what you're selling. But outreach, just to reiterate, is you reaching out to somebody else. So it's not somebody coming to you; it's you going to somebody else. So you might know it as outbound as well. So outbound marketing as well, but it's a form of marketing. So remember, marketing versus sales. Marketing is where you're generating interest, that awareness stage, top of the marketing funnel. Right. So why is outreach the priority? This is because people in general, people in business, are either you might be time rich, and if you're time rich, you're generally cash poor. And if you're time poor, generally cash rich. Yep. So think about let's ponder that for a bit. If somebody jumps on one of my free complimentary clarity calls. I offer clarity calls, basically discovery calls, just to help them get a game plan together for their lead generation. And they usually last about 25 minutes, something like that. And I do a few of those a week to help people to gain clarity on what they need to do next, basically some action steps, a bit like this free training, really, essentially. I will tend to find that if somebody jumps on a call, and they want some more time, but they don't want to pay for it, they tend to be time rich. They've got a lot of time on their hands, but they don't have much cash, so they're trying to get some freebies. And actually, what I have found over time is, and this tends to be the exception rather than the rule, is, and this is all about also, just to kind of add a caveat. It depends on my ability to filter people out as well. So doing some pre-qualification before I allow somebody on a call with me and things like that, and to take my time. I'm just making sure that they're qualified prospect, and I'm going to be able to most likely close it. So they've got to be within ICP. So going back to this, are they ICP? Okay, we'll have a call with them. But a lot of people I found who are time rich and cash poor, they will jump on a few calls, have lots of 25 minutes, and try to piece them together into some training to be able to expand the business in that kind of way. So they're using their time to sometimes go through some surface level stuff as well. And I'm definitely not saying that my 25-minute calls are surface level. Very, very intensive, actionable steps. Let you know how it's going to be, what it's going to be like to work with me going forward. But some others may not be. They may be very surface level. If you go on some 1-hour webinars, some of those are completely surface level, and they don't even give you any actionable tips. My philosophy is to I want somebody to think or realise that, well, Michael's giving away so much free advice, in that 25 minutes. Wow, I wonder what it'd be like to pay for his services. That'd be even better, rather than surface level and then not giving anything away on that. So, as a business owner as well, this is important to you to understand. You've heard of your tire kickers. So, if you've got a showroom, they'll come in. Let's say you sell cars or something like that. They'll come in, they'll try a car, they'll test drive. They've got no money. The time rich, or it might be that you're going out to quote on some windows and doors, and they like the idea of that orangery. With it getting close to summer months, or that garden room, or that nice conservatory, or that nice conservatory warm roof. But when you get there, it's like, oh, I didn't know how much it costs. I just want to find out how much it costs. And they weren't as far down the funnel. And again, it's about your pre-qualification and how you're using your time and all that kind of thing. On the flip side, if you've got somebody who's time poor and time rich, they will come on a call and it'll be, yeah, let's throw some money at that problem. And that's the contrast between it, because then it gets to a point where you've got that abundance of money coming in, and it's just a tool. Then it's just a way of getting stuff done and buying your time back. So you'll start to set on staff. It's like with me, where with the video production side of the business, I were filming and editing, and then I set on a full-time editor, and he works Monday to Friday, and he's spinning out video content for me, and then I can just do the filming, and then I can set on a filmer, and then I don't do either, and then I'll check the quality, and then I can set on somebody to do the quality checking, so do the QA side of it. So this is how you build a business. You do things perhaps yourself, or get an expert in straight away in that thing to do that, a specialist in doing that, and then you get enough work coming in. But you need this for you need the week flow, you need the lead flow to be able to set these people on to build a business. Now, outreach. Before I get on to the next bit, very, very important. But I just wanted to kind of peel back the layers of scaling a business as well, so you can go into this with even more context of how to actually build a scalable business. So there are three real pillars of business, which I talk about. Three pillars of business, and they are marketing. They are their sales and their service delivery. Yeah. Now, one of the big mistakes that I find with freelancers is, and this depends now. So, does the freelancer want to become a business owner and scale a business, and they want to build it to sell, even if they don't necessarily want to sell it or not? But a lot of freelancers who stay small, they think they love what they do so much, love the service delivery. So it might be a videographer where they're filming and then they're editing themselves. What they love doing that. That's what they want to do. And this is in the E-Myth as well. The E-Myth Revisited, a book that I came across probably 15 years ago, around about the time when I first started my business. And started business in 2009, so we're going on 16 years now. And so most people, the practitioners, they go into business wanting to do the service delivery, so they want to set somebody else on doing marketing and sales for them. So they want to hire somebody doing the outreach or something like that, or they want to hire somebody to do cold email, or they want to hire a cold caller or something like that, and they want to carry on doing the service delivery. And a lot of this is about having a mindset of not wanting to delegate work, because there's an old saying, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well. But if you've ever heard that and that's been ingrained into your mind, is that a self-limiting belief? Is that something that's limiting you? Because if you've got a burger, an hamburger restaurant, is the owner making the burgers? They're probably not, are they? So what I would say is, in terms of hiring people, I would hire service delivery first, and that's what I did. And then this top bit, hold on to that as long as you can. Hold on to the sales, because you're probably going to be doing the closing. But hold on to this as long as you can. But hire for that service delivery. So don't make the mistake of hiring for the marketing and sales first. Hire the other way around on that. Right. So I'm going to jump into the outreach, in a bit. But I'll just show you what the other two are. So that you've got the outreach. This is the priority. This is something you can do if you're time rich and cash poor. This is something you should be doing anyway. If you're time poor, you should be speaking to people. You'd probably be leveraging more. You'd probably be speaking to C-suite CEOs, whatever, at companies where you've leveled up to work with those companies. So what I'm saying is, in business, what you tend to do is you might work with a smaller business first, and then you've got a case study, and you've let's say I'll get them to from 10 grand to 20 grand a month, from 120k to 240k. That's case study one. And then you can get somebody who's on 20 and get them to 50k. So that's how you level up with your case studies, and you can create a leverage library based on that. So how many reviews have I got for? Right, we worked with dentists before. We want to work with this dentist. We've done some content. Right, which dentists have we worked with? Have we got some reviews? We've got some video testimonials. Have we got some case studies? What were the results? What were the KPIs on that? So that's important. So first thing is outreach. Then it's content. And then the next one is going to be paid ads. So paid ads, they're very, very important. Well, these are getting out of order because I've been typing in as we're going, but we can tidy this up. So these are your 3 methods: outreach, content, and paid ads. Now, paid ads, you need a budget for it, and this is something for when you're time poor, cash rich. You've got some money to be throwing at ads, to be invested in ads, to get that return on investment. But when you're first starting out, can't afford paid ads, because one of the worst things you can do in business is start a business undercapitalized, think, right, I don't want to do the hard work, I don't want to do the outreach, I don't want to do the content, I just want to do the paid ads. So you end up doing the paid ads, but then you switch them off after 2 weeks because you wanted it to be a silver bullet. Because you've been led to believe that it's instant results, and you can put some money in and then get a really good ROAS, return on ad spend, straight away. And it's simply most of the time not the case. I will see a lot of case studies where on the front end of it, we made this business 8x 8x ROAS in 7 days. But when you looked at it on the back end, this business has already been established. They've got a brand, they've got a list. They've been able to create a lookalike audience in Meta with all that kind of thing. So a lot of it is smoke and mirrors on the back end. So this is how we actually did it. So, and then you'll get a startup and they'll think, oh, I'm starting a business, I've got no brand yet, nobody knows about me, but I'm going to run ads for 7 days and I'm going to be able to get this 8x magical ROAS like that. And it's just not the case. So that is a bit disingenuous, really, when some marketers do that. So I'm all for the transparency. If you're going to run paid ads with me, I will tell you that, look, you're going to be doing it longer term. We're going to get your results. We don't know exactly when. You are going to be profitable, but you've got some criteria to work with us. So generally speaking, my ICP for running paid ads, that business has got to be turning over at least 20k per month, so £250,000. And they've got to have a proven sales strategy. So they've got to be able to close leads, because if you drive traffic, get engagement, and you get leads coming in through paid ads, and then you haven't got a good sales process, and you only follow up 2 times rather than until you get a confirmed no, as you should do, then you're going to burn through money. Then you're going to say that paid ads don't work, or you're going to say the leads are bad. But really, it's your sales process which is bad, and your company's lack of a mature process of closing leads, essentially. So what I teach is doing outreach and content at the same time if you are time rich and cash poor. So do outreach and content. So why do you do that? If you do outreach, and I'll go into some detail about types of outreach, types of content, types of paid ads that you can do in a bit. I'll go into some kind of granular detail on that and give you some actionable tips and examples, but I just want to keep it quite high level for now. So in terms of outreach, if you do outreach and then, so you're reaching out to a prospect, to a decision maker, or somebody who can contact the decision maker. So it might be the practice manager at a dental practice, and they can speak to the principal dentist, for example. If you outreach, they will probably look you up online to see if you're a scammer or not, to see if you've got some social proof, see if you've got some reviews, see if you've got some content. This is why, as well, if you run paid ads straight away and you've got no reviews and you're just a startup business, people are going to look at the ad and think, oh, no reviews, click away. That's why you're going to burn through a budget. That's why I only run ads for businesses who turn over 20k a month plus. Now, there are some exceptions to that. If you've got a startup, with a certain mindset that I notice in people, and they're going to really go for it. They're going to do the outreach and content as well. They've got lots of content. They've got social proof and all that kind of thing, but they are undercapitalized. I will consider that, and I have worked with some businesses like that as well, maybe on smaller budgets, if I can see myself getting a return on investment. But what I don't tend to be interested in is just starting somebody on a micro budget and keeping them on that if they don't have the mindset for growth. So I need to get a return on investment. I've got a target lifetime value of a customer to make my business profitable. So that's just my business model to make sure that I can my time and expertise has been used as well as it can be to help the people who I can help the best. I don't want to be having difficult conversations with people who've got like a fixed mindset on things, and the see this relationship as a subordinate one. And I've got into those situations in the past, and it's not been a good it's not been a good thing. So yeah, so you do outreach, people will start to look online and look at your content. So you want to do content at the same time. So those two go hand in hand. They're important to do them both together, because if you do outreach on its own and then you just then you do the content, that's where it can get you into a situation where you're doing outreach, but then you kind of the time that you're spending could be better spent if you would have done the content as well. So do some content at the same time. Make sure you've got a web presence. Don't necessarily need to have a website. I'll go into that as well. Should you have a website straight away? So look, if you're watching this and you have got a crap website, or you a web developer is trying to convince you that you need a website, and you've got $5,000, I would say put that money. Let's say you've got $5,000 in the old world. If all your living costs are covered and all that kind of thing as well, and you've got £5,000 to invest in the business, yeah. I would say rather than a website, I would invest it in training, because you don't know what you don't know, and that's what I would personally do. I'm not telling you to do that. That is what I did. That is what worked for me. So there's information in other people's head, probably in mine for you as well with this training. Hopefully you're getting something out of this that you didn't know already, or some kind of golden nuggets and tidbits of information. But there's always something in somebody's head where they've already done the thing, they've already got proof of concept, and you can buy that knowledge from them, and they can package it up and make it nice and succinct for you, and then you can benefit from that knowledge rather than spending 8 hours trying to scramble around the internet trying to find it. You still don't know if it's right, and then implement, and then it's not right. Just take some clear steps. And I've done that with a few of my coaching clients, and they've done really well from that. Just being able to let them know what to do next. And I can't help everybody because I am at a certain level myself, but I could help people at the level where they haven't got to the level that I'm at the moment, yeah? So that's the kind of way it works with that. So you can find a coach or mentor who's done the thing, and coaching and mentor are two different things. I won't go into the kind of difference. But if you find somebody who's affordable, because you're not going to be able to pay tens of thousands for somebody who's really really tough, and their advice is not going to make sense to you anyway, because you've not even gone through the levels of leveling up and becoming that different version of yourself each time and everything. But yeah, so you've got your outreach, your content. So do that. And I'm going to go into some actionable steps next. Paid content, do that later on when you've got proof of concept from doing your outreach and content. Because you'll find out which offers work. You'll find out which hooks work. You'll find out which stories work. You'll find out which CTAs work, which calls to action work. Right, I'm going to dive into the nitty-gritty stuff now. So we're 34 minutes in. I'm going to dive in to this nitty-gritty. I've been taking notes as I've been going along, so we've been messing up the format in it, but it don't matter. Just some nice raw free training for you. This so right, outreach. What are the ways of outreaching? So as I said, just to reiterate, outreaching is where you reach out to a decision maker. Right. So who you're reaching out to, you need a list of prospects. It's not a lead list. They haven't raised their hand yet. It's a lead list if they've come in through a paid ad or something like that, or your contact form, or organically through SEO, or looked at your content on Facebook and come through. That's a lead list. This is a prospect list. So rule number one: if you're going to be able to run a nice lean company and be able to deliver a consistent service, I would recommend niching. So I would work with one type of client. I would provide one type of service, and I would concentrate on a single outreach method. So we're just talking about outreach now. We're not talking about content or paid ads. We're talking about outreach. So I would pick one. Now it's up to you if you want to do a test and measure on doing phone calls, doing DMs, doing emails. It's up to you how you want to do that. If you want to do a few each, but until you just pick one and you just do that consistently, you're not going to be able to do a real deep dive into looking at, you know, your drop off points and your scripts and all that kind of thing. Now the quickest, and this depends on what you want to do, and it's probably going to be painful and different to what you've been doing unless you've been used to this, unless you've been a marketer in the job, or anything like that. But this is going to take you out of your comfort zone. But what I say is every day, in order to grow, we've got to come out of our comfort zone. Or we're just not going to grow. We're going to carry on doing the same thing. The pathways in our mind are going to, the automations, 95% of what we do every day is going to just be the same. We're going to end up being the same person in 6 months. So best to pick one. So which do you want to pick? Okay. Let's say cold calling, let's say phone calls. So you're going to pick up the phone, you're going to have a script, you're going to found the decision maker, so you're going to have to have a prospect list. You're going to have that sorted out. I'm not going to go into detail in this call. I can do a video about that if there's any demand for that. I'll do a free training about how to actually get a list of prospects to actually call. And you're going to call people up, and we're talking business to business, yeah. So you're going to call businesses, you're going to call decision makers. There may be a gatekeeper. You may need to get past the gatekeeper. Different techniques for that. And you're going to have a script, and you're going to have to have an objective of the call. Now, the objective of the call for me is to set an appointment over Zoom. That is the objective. So when I'm making a cold call, I will call a prospect with the objective of pressing into some pain point. So are you experiencing this? Many in your sector are experiencing this. And that's why it's important to niche as well, because when you work with a particular niche, you find out all the lingo, you find out the pain points, you can really deep dive into it. And then when you've got a competitor and they're just a generalist in what they do, they don't really specialize, they won't be able to go as deep with that client and solve the problems. So that's why I say, you know, niche. So if you're going to pick one outreach method, and that's going to be whichever it is, go deep on that. What you can do is spend a month or two doing all of them, and then find out which gets you the best return on investment. But obviously that's going to be slower for each one. You're going to be charging forward on 3 fronts, 33.3% recurring each on each one if you do it all equally, all things considered equal, and then you're not going to make as much progress. But I'm telling you now, cold calling is a great method. DMs is a great method. Emails is a great method as well. So you can do either one of those. If you want me to do a video on any of those, I can do. And then the top tip here is to follow up. To follow up. So I was speaking to a client the other day. The one of my clients were just on like a really low retainer for some email management stuff, and the mindset with them is I did run some paid ads from like last year, but they only followed up twice. So that's just not going to work. And then like their particular business, it's just ticking over. They're happy with that, so they're not really looking at growing. That's fine. That's some businesses, but if you're a business that's looking at scaling and growing, then you want to be following up. You want to have a follow-up method where you're not just contacting once, you're contacting again, once they've raised their hand, you want to be following up through different channels, and just creating that impression and really adding value. and you could be sending them some free tips, some free training. You could be adding some value. Maybe I don't know. I work with some solar installation clients. You can I send them a calculator on how they get return on investment from Google Ads, for example. That's on our website. So there's different things that you can do. You can send them a guide I send them a guide for video marketing if if that's something that might help the business. So there's different ways of doing things, and you can have multiple niches. Don't get me wrong with that, but I would say if you really just want to get the best bang for your buck in terms of your time, I would concentrate on the one niche to start with, because then you can send a similar email, similar onboarding experience. It's going to be the same kind of pain points that they've experienced, and then when you go to call them, it can be, well, I'm working with X, Y, and Z in your industry. They're not in your location. I provide location exclusivity. Would love to, run some numbers, see if this might work for you. By the way, these are getting this, these are getting this, they're getting this. If we did something similar in your location, no reason why it wouldn't get similar results. So you've got proof of concept when you've got case studies from similar niches, and you can grow more quickly with that. And you've got less operational intensity. So what that means is when it comes to creating your standard operating processes, your SOPs, and training your team, then your team can hit the ground running more easily. It's a simpler business rather than having lots of different niches and it being a bit of a nightmare, really. So the follow up, very important. Got to follow up. The golden rule there is follow up until you get a confirmed no. Don't just follow up twice like one of my clients does. Next one is content marketing. Right, so you're going to outreach to people, and then they're going to have a look for you online. They're going to look for reviews, which is basically user-generated content, UGC. People leaving reviews for you. So on Google, Facebook, Trustpilot, whatnot. So they're going to look for content. Now, I would do the video content, man. I mean, video content is what people are watching now. It's one of the pieces of content that people are consuming to find out information. So, as far as I'm concerned, if you're a business owner and you yourself are not in front of the camera, you're just behind now. And I would sort that straight away. I've got packages for that. I've got edit only package. I've got a virtual studio setup, so I can help you to set up a better studio, better than this. I'm just working from home for this. Today creating this video from home, but I can help you to set it all up, do some filming as well, and help you to get some video content out there. We're talking FAQ videos, a founder story, brand message video, an overview of your company. You'll just stand out from your competition, and then regular social content. So your Facebook stories, TikToks, just explaining your business. What I will tend to do for the FAQs is I'll get a question again and again. How long does Google Ads take to work? So I'll create a video on that. What's my minimum budget for Google Ads? Create a video on that. Google Ads versus Facebook ads. Create a video on that. How do you actually run Facebook ads? Right. Which is most important? Paid ads or doing cold calls? That kind of thing. So you can create an FAQ video, and you'll think of ones for your particular business, whether you provide products or services. And then so when it comes to the others, I said that social media is absolutely key now. There's no escaping that social media is one of the best ways of getting leads into your business. So really, 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 really important as well. But yeah, content marketing, you've got to have content. Most of it's going to be video. Now, if you look at my Facebook feed, the content that I put out on Facebook, you'll notice I've got pattern interrupts. So I'll have like a static image, then I'll have a video, I'll have this color, I'll have another color, I'll have some text only. So you want to do pattern interrupts as well. You don't want to just get stuck into the groove of just doing one type of content, because that can get a bit boring. You want to be hitting it from all angles and all that kind of thing. And then when you get some good feedback and momentum, you want to be in terms of your social media, you want to be doubling down on that. A bit like with your ads. Like one of the questions I get a lot is, how do you run Facebook ads? Well, you put a bunch of creative content out there, following best practices, hook story offer, that kind of thing. You're talking about pain points early on. You're talking about an ideal outcome. You're reducing or eliminating resistance to them taking up that offer, and you're getting people into your funnel. And it's as simple as that, really. And then you're seeing which content, which creative works. You're doubling down on that content. I did a video on this. We were talking about the analogy of growing tomato plants, where you start off with 10 tomato plants, 2 shoot up and are really healthy and do really well, and then you don't bother with the 8 now. You start to double down and create more. You do some cuttings from those 2, and you make them into another 10. Then you've got some better quality crop. It's like that basically with paid ads. You just want to find out what's working, double down on that. Use a bit for experimentation as well, but don't just switch 100% to experimentation and chop and change. Find out what's working, put more into that. Still do your experimentation and your testing and things like that. Even better, if you're niche, which I recommend, then you can work with Roofer in Leeds and do really well for them, get them really good results. Then work with Roofer in Kent, and then get them really good results. And you've already got what's working. You just take it to Kent, and it's a bit like that. So if you run, when I'm running ads for a niche that I've already run ads for, I've got an head start, and I'm standing out from other more generalist marketers in that regard. So consistently over time gets results, and also engage with other people's contents as well. So you've got it's reciprocal as well. So look, if you want people to engage with your stuff, then engage with theirs as well. When you're starting out, especially really. Not so much when you're more established necessarily, but when you're starting out, it definitely helps. And then paid ads, right? So look, I'm going to cut straight to the chase with paid ads. Even on a lower budget, you can do retargeting. So I'd say retargeting there's a big disjoint between the businesses that should be doing it and the businesses that aren't doing it. So I'd say retargeting would be real competitive advantage and low-hanging fruit. So retargeting, those are the ads that follow people around, your social media, the internet, if you do it with Google, remarketing and stuff like that. So retargeting, yeah. So you need the pixel, the tag, all that kind of thing, to make that work. So if you want some advice on that, let me know on that, yeah. And yeah, so you've got, I won't go to paid ads too much, but all I will say is, if you're going to pay an expert to do it, so if you want, for example, my company to provide a paid ads setup, management, optimization service, you are going to be paying a service charge. There may be a ROAS deal as well, so some kind of commission on top of that, but we at least charge a retainer plus perhaps a commission as well, depending on the structure, the proof of concept for your business, your where you're at basically. If it's a smaller value, a smaller value campaign, it's probably just going to be retainer only on that kind of thing. Probably not going to take the risk of doing some commission, if that makes sense. So the commission fees, they're usually for more established businesses, is what I'm saying with that. I hope that makes sense. So, and then you've got your Google ads, you've got your YouTube, which is run through Google. You've got different things that work, different things that don't work. So look, if you're going to try and run ads yourself, just bear in mind that, you're already spread quite thin yourself, and you might be able to go on some kind of training to get yourself up to a certain level. Maybe be able to do 80% of it, but those nuanced bits and pieces that you learn over time, your Pareto 80-20, you'll learn a lot of it, 80% of it in probably a short time. But there's different things, and you can run into trouble with these things as well. So just make sure that you're thinking in terms of return on investment, not cost. thinking in terms of cost is more what an employee tends to do, really, rather than a business owner. So if you're thinking in terms of this is a cost to my business, then that's kind of backward in business. If you're thinking in terms of this is an investment and what is the ROI that I'm most likely to do, that it's reasonable to do if we put these inputs in and my offer's good and my brand is, we've got 30 reviews or we've got 100 reviews on Google, this is what we think is going to happen because the competitors have only got 70. And if we get that ad out there, we've got good reviews and we've got a good product market fit, then you're taking an educated guess, then you're getting the data, then you're scaling up where it works. That's the mindset. So think of advertising or whatever you're doing as an investment. If you're doing outreach, you're investing your time. Remember, going back to the time rich, cash poor. Yeah, so you're investing your time. When you're time poor, you're investing money to get a return. So you're paying people, you're hiring team, outsource, staff, employees, that kind of thing. But when I say that's an employee mindset, what I mean is that the employee gets the salary. So anything that comes off that, they see it as a cost. How much does that cost? How much does that milk cost? How much does that fuel cost? When I put fuel in the car, I'm thinking, where can that fuel get me to get more business? So it's an investment. I'm investing in that fuel. I'm thinking, what's the return on investment as a business owner? So I'm thinking in terms of return on investment. So I'm thinking, what is the investment? What is the likely return? Not what is the cost of that? Oh, it's just going to cost money, and then it's going to go, that money, I've lost that money. So I've got that money, I've spent it. So switch the thinking when it comes to that. Right, so just wrapping up then, if you can drop me a whoa or anything you want, a whoa, we can get the woes going. If you've got any actionable tips out of this video, and I want you to start taking some action today. So what action can you take? I'm going to give you some action points, right? What I want you to do is, if you're going to do some phone calls, right, I want you to start, just pick up just come up with a script, yeah, and then I just want you to pick up the phone. If you've never picked up the phone with cold calling, just pick up the phone, and then just do the thing. Just do the thing, yeah. So today, just make 20 calls. Yeah, just make 20 calls. You might not even get to speak to many people, so just do 20 calls. If you're going to do some DMs, about 30 DMs. Yeah, you can do some more as well. You can do a few more than that. If you can do some emails, just start it off. Just send 30 emails. Yep, like that. Content, right? Minimum then 2 pieces of content per week. More if you can. If you can do one every day, but that might not be sustainable. But you're better off coming up with some content. So just look at the way to come up with content. Look at your competitors. What are they doing? Have they got some views? Okay, would that resonate with my audience? That's one way of doing it. You can use Claude or ChatGPT to come up with some ideas, but I wouldn't just copy and paste that in. Just help it as a starting point. You need to have your own brand voice with that, your own personality into that. People buy from people. So if you're going to do some, I'd say do a couple of videos. So 2 videos per week. That'll be 8 per month. That'll compound over time if you do that. If you can do 1 a day, that's even better. But that's like your minimum. And then for your social media as well, they're going to go on your social media anyway. Can you post 5 times a day? Post 5 times a day. Can you post once per day? Yeah. And then you're doing it consistently over time. Yeah. With your ads, unless you've got the budget, I'd leave it for now. But you're retargeting. If you can put in £10 a day, for £10 a day minimum for that once you've got enough traffic coming in. But I don't know what stage you're at with your website and everything on that kind of thing. So, and then you can pick one which gets you the best return from that, and then you can double down on one of those. And you've got to have your content coming. So, if you've already got clients, let's make this official. Action steps. Right. Getting to nitty gritty now, so we've got some actionable steps. Going over a bit on time. So if you have clients, right? So you've got clients. I'll do this in big now. I'll make it a bit smaller. Have you got clients? If so, reach out and make a new offer today, right? So these are your gold bucket, yeah. Ask for a review on Google, Facebook, Trustpilot, and a video testimonial. Right, when you're asking for a video testimonial, if you're a videographer like me, you can go out and film, yeah? Or you can get them over a Zoom, and you can do it that way. So you can just press record, you're going to get a video. I've done that quite a lot. I did that for St Albans Council, did a website for them. Did that over Zoom because they're in St Albans, probably 4 hours away. So never met them face to face, just all done over Zoom and Teams. So get a video testimonial, get that on your website, get that on your social media, make some reels from it as well, so you've got some key points. Some video testimonials can go on for a while. And also ask for referrals. Now, going forward, this is for now, yeah? You've got some clients. This is for now. The best time to ask for a video testimonial or a testimonial in general, a text-based testimonial like a Google one, is when they're at the peak of satisfaction with your service or product. So it's usually the prospect is the pain is highest before you've done business with them. So the pain point is highest. But when you've solved the problem initially, that's where you want to ask for a testimonial. So it might be a month in, 3 months in, whatever. Ask for a testimonial. Don't ask for a testimonial a year later or anything like that. Ask for it as soon as you can, because you need the testimonial for your content, for your proof of concept for your business, your social proof. And also ask for referrals. How do you ask for referrals? The way that I ask for referrals, the way that I teach asking for referrals is: are you happy with the service? Okay, can you leave us a testimonial? And then it leads into, okay, so you're happy with the service. Who else do you know who could benefit from the service? Who else is experiencing X, Y, and Z? I.e., for me, it's not enough lead flow, can't close the leads. Enough leads, think they're bad leads, so you can't close them. Or web presence needs optimizing, or not doing enough on social media. Competitors are doing lots of video, they're not doing it. They'll feel like they've been left behind. So anybody else who you know who could benefit from the service. So it's not, do you know anybody else? It's who do you know? Because the chances are, slight change on the wording. Who do you know who, rather than do you know anybody who? So who do you know? So it's who do you know? Because the chances are they do know somebody, because they'll tend to collaborate with other like-minded people. Birds of a feather flock together. So the practice manager for a dentist that we work with will know other practice managers, because they're sharing best practice, and they might have gone to the same kind of events as them, same awards evenings and all that kind of thing. Yeah. So that's very important. So that's for the gold. There's gold bucket, right? Now you've got your silver bucket. This is where your cash flow is going to come from today. or this week or in the next couple of weeks. So if you want to get your cash flow coming up now, it's like, right, who's our current clients? What can we sell more to? What can we upsell to? So that's number one. Next, you've got the silver. Let's copy and paste this one. Next, you've got the silver bucket. These are people who so they've got awareness, they've shown interest, either recently or in the past, but they haven't gone ahead with something yet. So you might have quoted them, sent them a proposal, they're not going ahead. So these people, you want to contact these people first, because so you might be able to sell to these people, your clients, and you might be able to get referrals as well. And a warm referral is better than any contacting any cold prospect. And then your silver bucket is they've shown interest, maybe not gone ahead, maybe it was recently, last year, a few years ago, whatever. I'd also say like past customers as well. Or you can put past customers into this one as well. It's up to you, but it depends how recent they are. There might be a past customer from 5 years ago, and then they probably want to be in silver. But the point is, it's prioritization. If you've got 10 customers, you want to contact them first. If you've got some people who might have even forgot about you, but they've spent some money with you, or they recently nearly went ahead, or they've shown some interest, these are silver. These are who you want to contact next. So then you're going to be making them an offer. So the money that's coming into your bank is directly correlated. There's a direct correlation, a positive correlation with the number of offers that you're going to be making. You're going to be asking for business. This is why so many businesses fail, because they're scared. They've got fear, which is false expectations appearing real. And it's just paralyzing them to not take action. They're procrastinating. I'll do something else instead. I'll go and scroll on Facebook. Have you ever sat down to do something that you need to do, that is important? You've got bills to pay. You need that money coming in. You've got staff to pay. You've got yourself to pay. You've got your family to look after. You've got driving lessons for your kids. You need to put into your pension. You need to put into your ISA, all that kind of thing. And you just can't pick up that call because you've got fear of rejection. You've got fear of not good enough. Now, and I'll touch on this a little bit now, because this is important to get impact, to be able to generate consistent lead flow for your business. If you've got limiting beliefs, first stage is awareness. So first stage to marketing is awareness. First stage to limiting belief is understanding that you've got limiting beliefs. So if you've got, for example, imposter syndrome, where it's I don't want to contact that prospect because I don't think I'm good enough. You need to, if you've got clients or you've worked a job and you've done a great job, you've got proof of concept that you have got a great service to offer, that you're reliable, it's good quality, that you do what you say you're going to do, you've got integrity, that you've got discipline, so the ability to give yourself command and follow through with it and do it, and that you trust yourself to basically do the thing. So then you can have an affirmation around that. So if you've got, if the self-limiting beliefs have a really ugly head in my mind, and I believe I have to constantly reprogram, because I think the baseline's formed between birth and 9 years old, where we taught a lot of the things, that become our belief system, basically our paradigms. If I ever get a limiting belief around imposter syndrome, I will basically look at all the reviews that I've had from clients. I'll look at that's all the proof, that's all the evidence that I need. will say, "Oh, Michael got us fantastic results. Michael's team are brilliant at this. Michael's team's video edits are fantastic. All that kind of thing." And then the affirmation to that, the affirmation to counteract the limiting belief, because you've got a limiting belief, and you've got emotion attached with that, and then you've got an affirmation. That's how you overwrite that. That's how you create the new programming. That's how you create new pathways. So the affirmation to that is, my clients love the work that we do. We provide excellent work to our clients. And if you say that every day, you're reprogramming, because what you think, the thoughts, are your beliefs. They become your actions. So it's really important to do affirmations, to reprogram, and to become a better version of ourselves, basically, or the best possible version of ourselves. And it's a constant thing. It's not. There's not a silver bullet to this. It's not like you can do it once and then it's done, and then all that kind of thing. You have literally in business got to become a different person, unless you grew up and your parents were entrepreneurs or whatever, and they had a growth mindset and all that kind of thing, and you always had that. But that's quite rare. That's really rare. But if you're like me and you're really hungry for it every day, you really need to push forward. You really need to keep going. It's just a burning desire. It's like a furnace that you just keep pushing. You just keep pushing and going for it. So yeah, the fear, man. The fear. The way to overcome the fear is you'll get an obstacle and then you'll overcome it and then you'll build confidence. So it's all about confidence in what you're doing. But yeah, the silver bullet, we're digressing, is so the silver bucket, not the silver bullet, is those are the ones you want to contact after the gold. Go after, create some offers. Have a library of different offers for different stages, different types of people within your ICP. Have different ICPs if you want to diversify. But and I'll touch on this a little bit now, where this is a frequently asked question that I get is best way of putting it. I meet a lot of business owners and they're turning over a couple of K a month. They're doing a couple of K a month. They're making 25K a year. It's not that much, relatively speaking, in terms of what you can make in business. But they've got free businesses. So I've got free businesses, and I'm saying, why have you got free businesses? You've not gone deep on any of them. You're trying to charge forward, on three fronts at the same time. You're not gonna penetrate 100% on one. So look, what's profitable? Where's most of your money coming from? Right. Oh, 80% of money's coming from here. Right. Why are you starting these other two businesses? Oh, I got bored with that one. Okay, yeah. Business doesn't have to be exciting all the time, but it does need to be profitable, or you're not gonna be in business. So kill the two that aren't working for you, and go with the one that's generating you 80% and it's profitable. 80% of your revenue, it's profitable, it's scalable. Go with that one. Go all in on that one. Yeah, but I won't have these backup plans. At the end of the day, if you go with all three, you won't have anything. You'll have three substandard, inadequate businesses that aren't really businesses. You'll have to have three sets of SOPs. You'll have to have 3 times as many staff because they're not going to be as specialised in those things. You'll have too many processes. Stick to the one. So that's really important as well. So Silver Bucket, just to reiterate, these are people who've maybe gone ahead at some point, nearly gone ahead. You've quoted them last year, quoted them recently, they're not gone ahead. Make them a new offer, contact them, and I'm going to go back to this one actually. Follow up, very, very important. Always follow up. And then your next one is your bronze. So you got your bronze bucket. These are cold audience, so bronze bucket. Now this is something that I see all the time. So these are this cold audience, not aware of you or your products, services. So these are the last people to contact. Right. If you've got clients, so you got gold. if you've got some people you've already spoken to, silver, contact those first in that order: gold, then silver. The bronze, do it last. One of the biggest mistakes I see small businesses is they've got clients who they could sell to, could upsell to, but they're going after cold prospects all the time. So that every day, just call again, not following up, just trying to drop on that one who needs that time, who's that probably 3% of the market who need that service at that time. It's right place, right time kind of thing. So it's about nurturing them over time, really with the follow up, and making them offers. And that offer might not be right for them at this time. It depends how well you can sell and overcome objections, handle the objections, and just your cadence, your contact and touch points, just generally how good you are. But one thing that I will say, and I want to go back to this this marketing versus sales thing. Marketing is more important than sales. So if you've got an average sales process, but you've got fantastic marketing where you're generating lots of interest, that will win. That will grow you a business faster, is what I found. If you're great at sales, again, it's like having a fantastic product. If nobody knows about it, you're not going to make money. There's probably loads of good products out there, services, nobody knows about them. So marketing is key, and that's why I created a company called Internet Marketing Platinum 16 years ago now, established 2009, 16 years, 2025 now. So if you need any, I mean, in terms of my business model, there's three ways of doing business in terms of an agency, or in terms of what I sell, really. So there's DIY, there's done for you, and then so in terms of DIY, that's pretty much this. I've created this free training for you. You can watch this at your leisure 24/7. This will likely generate leads for me as well into my done for you service, and then there's done with you as well. So there's done for you, done with you. So these are the three kind of so done for you, done with you, and do it yourself. Okay. Let's ponder this a little bit. Right. So which do you think is the most expensive out of these? Which do you think would be the bigger investment? Notice I'm saying investment rather than cost, because we're talking about investing in our businesses. So done for you is biggest investment. That is where I run ads for you, or I create video content for you. I do it for you. Your time input is, and let's just copy where have we gone with that one? Right. So we've got it's the biggest investment. So who do you think is going to most likely go for this? It's going to be the time poor and cash rich. It's going to be those who are really busy. They need to use money to buy back the time. They need to get something done. They're not going to spend their own time learning ads, paid ads, or learning how to use a video camera and edit. They're going to pay somebody to do it. They know they need doing it for the business. They need videos because competitors have got videos. They need to get the message across. Everybody's consuming videos these days, so they need videos. So you're either going to learn videography yourself, like you might do if you're time rich, cash poor, because you've got no money to invest. So seeing it as investment at cost. So done for you, right? And that is where, as a service based digital marketing agency, as Internet Marketing Platinum, that's where at the moment most of my revenue comes from. Done for you. People pay me at least £1,000, £1,500, £2,000, £2,500, £4,000 a month to do the marketing for them, to help them with the marketing, to be their growth partner. And on the done with you side of things, this is like mid-tier in terms of investment. So I'll call it mid-tier investment. Mid-tier investment. Put that to a 20 font. Yeah, mid-tier investment, that one. And what is it? So it's essentially coaching. So it's essentially, I will go on a call with somebody. For example, the other day, a couple are wanting to do a podcast, and we want to know which equipment to buy. So basically, virtual studio setup. How do you set up lighting? How do you set up mics? Which mic do I need? What do I need to buy? So give them like an Amazon shopping list, and then just they could pick my brain over that, and that's a done with you a coaching. So it's my time, their time, on a call, come together, coaching, and not as expensive as done for you, because I don't have to go away and I don't have to come and film them. I don't have to set up the podcast. I could just advise them what to set up. So I'm giving them the knowledge, teach them how to fish. So this is fishing for them, more expensive. If I'm going to go out and fish somebody all day or all morning, all night, whatever, it's going to be more expensive. Teach them how to fish. I'll impart the knowledge, and then I want to be paid for the value of my knowledge, because it's that's the we're in the knowledge age, not the industrial age. I want to be compensated, and then there's you do it yourself. That's lowest cost, lowest doing it myself, Michael. Lowest investment. At least I caught myself. Just watch the limiting beliefs every day. So do it yourself. That's this. Do it yourself. And then what you can do is, if you want me to coach you, and there'll be some pre-qualification, make sure we're a good fit to work with each other. I can do some coaching with you. Or if you want to run your ads, done for you. Yeah. So I'm going to close off this training right now. Takeaways, should be loads of gold nuggets in here for you to be able to get started. What I want you to do today, you can any of these. If you do all of these, how long does it take you? I would say a minimum standard for a micro business is 2 hours. 2 hours per day. Yeah. Monday to Friday, 2 hours a day, 10 hours a week. That's going to compound. There's going to be a cumulative effect. If you're really hungry, go for 4 hours a day. So it's half the day marketing, half the day service delivery. If you're on your own now in business, right, you want to be doing this and this, these two. Like that, and then service delivery 4 hours, right? That's if you're, let's say you're a graphic designer, freelancer, that's what you want to be doing. If you get to a point where you're doing 8 hours service delivery, or Monday to Friday, and then you may be doing an admin day on a Friday, so Monday to Thursday. So let's get more realistic. And then you're relying on referrals. You will have peaks and troughs. You will have peaks and troughs. To avoid peaks and troughs, you need consistent lead flow. Okay? So you need consistent lead flow. And you get that by once Because like I said, with this, was the model now with the marketing sales, in fact, we're on it, aren't we? Yeah, so let's just copy this and let's go back to this. The way, the basic, three basic departments, really. I know you've got your accounts and everything and all that kind of thing. I'm just really distilling it down just to kind of simplify it. So you've got marketing, sales and service delivery. Hire for this first. And then I for this and this, yeah. So once you get to 80% capacity on doing this, and you're making enough money, I think you can do 10k a month on your own. So I think you can do 10k a month on your own, depending on your business. I don't know what your gross margins are and everything, but what your gross profit margins are on your own, and then hire somebody. And you want to be about 80% capacity, use 20% leftover capacity to train someone. I'll go into that a bit more in another video. I'm kind of going way over time now, but I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope there's some actionable steps in this. I'm Michael Greenwood, and see you next time.